Welcome back, listeners. This is episode number 96 of the Hit Pause podcast, the podcast where we give you all the YouTube recommendations you need.
We stuff your face with YouTube.
Yes.
You're welcome. We give you obesity with YouTube.
I am here with my co-host. His name's David.
That is me.
And my name's Ayman. Thank you all for listening so far, by the way. We're all,
first couple of seconds.
Yeah, the first couple of seconds. I also meant more the 95 other episodes we've done, but almost at 100. So definitely subscribe. We plan on doing something big for 100. We don't know what yet, but we're open to ideas. hitpausepodcast@gmail.com or comment on the YouTube Hitpause.
I mean, I still know what we should do.
Oh, yeah?
We should just record in a different country.
Ooh, take a holiday for the episode 100.
I don't see why not.
Well, a little tricky to travel right now.
But but we'll just have to suffer the quarantine with it. Things you do for the podcast.
We do it for the show, for the show.
Yeah.
So this week, do you have a YouTuber of the week?
I do.
Okay, yours is.
Do I recommend it? We'll find out. But it's, the channel's called Michelle Khare.
Is that a vlogger? Sounds like a vlogger.
Sounds like it could be a vlogger.
Interesting, because it's like whoa, what's going to happen? I'm ready yet. Okay, mine for the week is Modern Vintage Gamer. And before you get put off, it's not pure gaming. It's more like a lot of like engineering and stuff. Pretty interesting. But as always, let's start off the show with what we've been watching this week and how many hours of YouTube we have watched in the past week. David, do you want to hit me first? What you got?
I've only got 9 hours. Not even the double figures.
That's a little weak. I'm not going to lie. We're supposed to be the experts here.
Yeah. But it's all about how you utilize those 9 hours.
That's true. Yeah. That's true. Yeah. I have 20 hours this week, which, again, for me is a little low, but
a little pathetic. Yeah.
Not too bad. Not too shabby. I mean, I guess I've actually been in a slightly dry spell, just kind of watching stuff like I've already seen before. I was watching a lot of old. I think I was talking about this last time. I was watching a lot of old videos from this Minecraft series by Amango, a lot of old H3 vlogs, and I'm in a bit. It kind of the ruts. I'm sure they've improved the algorithm a lot because the ruts where you're out of content and not getting any good recommendations seem much shorter to me now than they used to be. By the way, I'm sorry if you can hear the background noise of my washing machine. We're limited on time, and we could not wait till it was done, but it will be done in like 10 minutes. Probably
they'll know when it's done.
You'll know. So apologize for that. It might not even be getting picked up. Anyway, so I'm in a bit of a rut at the moment, but in general, ruts these days don't last as long. So, I'm hoping it's going to be ended soon, but there was a couple new interesting channels I've got. So, the first on my list is another kind of restoration channel. We covered that channel before. We couldn't remember the name of, and now Awesome Restorations.
That's the one.
And this one is sort of similar, but this guy specializes in watches specifically. So he's about 180k subs, but he's only been posting about 9 months or so, and he restores watches. So he gets, vintage, interesting watches and restores them. And not just like, cleans them up. He takes them apart down to every last little screw, and it is insane the amount of different moving parts there are inside some of these watches. And he takes it all out. Then he puts it all in like an ultrasound cleaning bath and stuff. Puts it all back together. It's like, it's using like tweezers and stuff.
I was thinking like, why is he taking everything apart? Because everything's going to get a good ass clean.
Yeah, well, okay. So he does that when, because he uses this machine to measure how good the timekeeping is. So he got an old Omega, which I'll link, and it was losing like 2 minutes per day or something. So So he's like, okay, well, I got to fix this up. So he has to take all the parts out, make sure everything is cleaned, in perfect condition, puts it back together, and it's like, boom, now it's selling at exactly the right time, not losing anything and all that. It's pretty cool. And it's so satisfying to watch because he doesn't just get, this one's a bit, not great. It's like truly fucked up, completely like messed up watches, and they just come out looking insane. They look brand new. It's so good. And it's just, again, another one of these channels that's like, it's restoration, and it's slightly ASMR-ish, as in there's no talking. It's like visual ASMR, it's just him working on these watches, and it's so intricate and delicate. It's really interesting. And you just think, like, when he takes all this stuff apart, and he's just got like pieces, these tiny minuscule pieces just all over the table, and he somehow manages to put it back together. It's insane. It's just insane.
Damn.
So that's a pretty cool channel. I actually really recommend to to check that out a little bit. It's definitely worthwhile.
Yeah, nice. I don't think I was not happy with my recommendations this week. I don't know.
Oh.
It's just all over the place.
Okay.
And a lot of them were just so random. Like, I got this channel, just I think it was like a teenage girl's channel.
What?
And she's got like 500 subs.
Okay.
And like all her videos are about the same amount of views.
Was this in recommendations?
Yeah. So the video that it put out was how to organize my iPhone home screen.
Okay.
And she got 34K for that video, but everything else is like in the hundreds. So yeah, I did know that there was a trend going along.
Yeah.
I think I even sent you like loads of people, like the trending page. There was like 8 videos on how to customize my iOS 14 or whatever.
Now that they all got widgets and stuff, and
exactly.
it's like that's the thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And then obviously Marcus Brownlee did it as well, because the views are there. And
Yeah.
It's just hilarious. If we made a video right now, it would get views because everyone seems to be like,
I know.
How do you customize? I must know all these other options, but it's not even that many. Like they've added some Android features, some customizing options, but it's actually not that many. I'm surprised there's that many videos about the same thing.
It's just people have had iPhones for so many years, they've just got no clue whatsoever. And they're like, I can move this stuff, or I put a widget. Oh my god, what do I do? How does this work? How does this work? Oh my god. Yeah, it's so weird. So she just.
I never actually clicked on them. That's the thing. I never clicked on them.
Yeah.
I just saw them on trending and thought that was weird. And
yeah, but I bet you.
In my recommendation.
But I bet you've been looking up iPhone stuff because you're thinking of buying one, right?
Yeah, but I actually haven't. I suppose I've been looking at leaks, but I've always looked at leaks for any type of phone. Sony phones, Samsung. But,
yeah, I know. But if there was some big Samsung thing, you'd probably get that as well. It's just you've looked at some iPhone leaks, therefore here's a bunch of iPhone stuff.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, it's really
yeah. Well, I mean, I watched it just to see, like, is it really good? But no, just. No. Is
it weak? What's the rest of her content like?
I mean, it's a little unfair because I think when you have a few amount of subs, probably the same as me, you're just making videos for yourself rather than for other people. So it's just random talking.
Sure.
Yeah.
Damn, that's so
it was just like, okay, why? But maybe, no clue. But actually, to correct myself from last week's episode.
Oh, that correction. We got a correction, guys. Correction.
Yep. That David Dobrik app actually already exists.
Oh, no way. Okay.
It is his Dispo app is actually just David's disposable app, which is a camera app. You just like take photos and then it like processes it and gives you it in its own like filter the next day.
What?
Yeah. I haven't actually downloaded it because it's only on Apple.
But wait. So it's like you take a picture, but you don't get to see the picture till the next day.
Like a disposable camera.
I see.
But
okay, interesting.
I don't know what the thing is, but
it's an interesting concept.
I got my phone because I got something to tell you.
Okay.
I mean, it's
you need to clean that screen, by the way. Just saying.
How can you tell from here?
I saw it when you turned it. It was fingerprints all over that thing.
Mm-hmm. It just blinded everything, didn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, this is from Instagram anyway. But Reddit co-founder basically funds this new app, and he funded. I mean, it's not that much, but £4 million for this app.
Dispo.
Yeah.
Oh right. Okay.
So
fine.
It's been venture capitalized, and I guess it's gonna do more than what it currently does.
I mean, it's an interesting concept. Like, I get the, I get what he's going for,
Yeah.
That like feeling of like, oh, I don't know how the pictures turned out, and then it's fun to go through them the next day. When you get them, it's like, yeah, I remember that moment. Yeah, I kind of get it.
Yeah. But,
it's a bit of a gimmick, though. It's not really like
yeah.
I wouldn't really. I mean, hey, if enough people download it, you'll get 4 million done easy.
Just put
a few ads in there.
Like if you get 20 million views every time you post, a good quarter can download the app because it's free, right? So, well, or is it? I should find out. But yeah, I just wanted to put that out there because I thought he was coming up with a new social media app, but nah, it's just that.
Can you post anything to the app or no? There's no it's just
from the description. Yeah, it's just taking pictures. Yeah.
Okay, fine. I mean, that's kind of cool. I would give it a go if it was on Android. I mean, come on, man. What the hell? Yeah. Okay, fine.
Everyone knows.
Fine.
Cool people don't use Android.
Yeah. Okay, the second channel I have for you today that I've been watching quite a bit of is the channel is called The Escapist, but they do a bunch of so it's mostly gaming stuff. But
isn't there a game called The Escapist?
The Escapists.
Of course.
Plural.
Yes.
But this so the main series that's like super well known is Zero Punctuation with a guy called Yahtzee. It's a British guy, and he just does these little animated reviews of games of him talking. It doesn't show any gameplay or anything. It's just little like stick figures and him talking. But he's just hilarious. He's just absolutely hilarious. It's like super quick. They're only 5 minutes long. It's just like him talking super quickly, just making loads of games and just making loads of comments and just shitting all over all the games, basically. They're absolutely hilarious, but they're a classic. Like, he's been around 8-10 years, and I remember watching his videos back in the day. Like, the format is exactly the same, just more pixels. That's literally it. Other than that, it is exactly the same, and they're just so good. Like, super quick fire reviews, really funny, witty, and just like tons and tons of real quick kind of jokes. And they're good reviews as well. Like, they're actually quite in depth, and he generally hates stuff. That's kind of his thing. But yeah, I've just been watching a bunch of those, trying to find new games to play and things, and just for the entertainment value, really. I recommend just watching one. Like, if you're at all into gaming or watch any gaming stuff on YouTube, you've probably seen at least one of these. I would even say the same to you, that you've probably seen one here or there.
I see. Wait, so you wanted to get recommendations from a guy who hates the games, or it's all jokes?
Like, he doesn't always hate the game. Like, he's generally pretty negative or pretty he rips things apart. So when a game is good, but he does also give credit where credit is due, He's fair. He is fair. So when he does kind of quite like a game, even when he likes a game, he's like, I liked it, but this is absolute shit. But if he says that, it's like, okay, that sounds like a pretty good game.
Yeah,
then,
he loved it. Yeah. Because the CinemaSins does that as well. Like, when it roasts a movie that he knows that he likes, he just throws in the credit. But I'm not going to change my format just because it's it's a good film.
So definitely recommend it. I mean, just have a browse and see if there's any games you want to see reviews of. Really worthwhile. I'm going to link one for Marvel's Avengers there, which I haven't actually played, but I watched some video of, and it just looks so shit. But hey, that's me.
Yeah, it's so ugly looking to me, at least.
I know. Yeah, that's my my other one I've been kind of watching a fair bit of this week.
Yeah. So Ray William Johnson, who we covered in an episode a while ago, he doesn't really post to YouTube. He's more of a Facebook kind of guy.
Yeah, it's so funny. People still post their videos to Facebook and stuff. It's so weird.
Oh man, I was watching a video. Actually, just a side note, I was watching a video where a guy goes onto GTA 5 on like PS3.
Mm-hmm.
And just like seeing if people are online, and just talks to random people, like, like, why are you using this console?
Really?
Why are you using this console? And he ends up talking to this one woman, and it's like, I just like, I don't know, I just like it. I just like it here. I don't really want to upgrade. It's got everything I need. And then she goes on talking about like the people she's met in GTA 5 and how like the crews she's joined like so many different crews.
Yeah.
But they all kick her out because they think she's not cool enough. and and then she recently joined one, and she was like so happy. And then they were like, we think you flirt too much. And then she's
what?
like, but I have a husband. I'm not flirting. And then
what?
it was like, okay, fine. But then we're all downloading Kick. So if you're not on Kick, we don't want you in our crew. And it just reminded me of like, geez, some of these social media apps that I didn't even know people still use. Kick.
Yeah, Kick.
Like,
I know,
really?
yeah. I do think Kick might be bigger in other countries though,
Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe Facebook is then. Maybe we don't know.
No, it's just age range, different age range. That's all.
Yeah. So Ray William Johnson, that's pretty much where he is. But recently, he's kind of trended, if you want to call it that, on TikTok. So basically, people on TikTok request him to roast them.
Okay.
And then he just does whatever the length is. Is it like 55 seconds or a minute or whatever?
I think it can be up to like a minute, actually.
Yeah. So he just does a minute roast of every TikToker that asks for it, and then he's just posting that on his YouTube account. So he's got like, I think probably like a good 12 videos. They post like every couple of days.
So each one's like a minute long then.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all important.
Are they funny?
You know what? That's the thing. For a guy that has made me laugh in the past, and his stand-ups are pretty good too. It's because he's keeping it so PG. He's like doesn't want to offend them too much, which I think is like, nah, you just gotta go there, man. Some of them are funny. Some of the where you do have a TikToker in the thumbnail that just looks like, this guy or this girl just looks funny. They usually end up being funny, but when it's just a simpleton, he doesn't go as far as like, ooh, you actually roasted them. But they're still entertaining, and they're only a minute long. So I've been watching those, and it's good to see him still doing something on the internet that we can all see and find.
Well, even if it is like repurposed TikTok content,
of course, yeah.
It is quite that's quite low tier content though. It's quite like lazy, you put it on a TikTok and just straight repost to YouTube. By the way, my washing machine's finished now. Can anybody tell?
You know what? I couldn't tell.
That's oh my god, that's so nice. Peace.
That should be in the advert, like after they do all the cleaning, like peace.
It is.
So yeah, because of that, I ended up seeing like some old videos that he's done, and which is funny. And like talking about this, there was like one video that he did like in 2012. It was just like in the recommended after you watch the TikTok video, and he was just like roasting like different demographics, and he was not holding back, and it was like, it's 2012, no one cares. And it's like, it's true, no one cared back then.
Yeah.
But there is one video that I'm gonna put in the description, and the title's a little dated, obviously, but it's called I think it's called Homosexuals React to a Fire, and it is the best video of that time. And it's basically like, it could be any like anyone could have reacted the same way, but they basically are in their car and they are just driving past, talking normally, and then they see like a massive fire. Like imagine an IKEA building all on fire. And that's how the magnitude of it. They walk by and they're like, oh my gosh, what is that? Is that I think they point out like, is that their favorite steak restaurant? Like, is that Jimmy's Steaks? It's like, oh no, it's a Wendy's. Oh, thank goodness. They don't care that death is happening a mile away. They're just happy it's not the restaurant that it was.
What does it have to do with them being gay?
Oh yeah, I don't know why. Oh, it's also because I guess maybe like it's the LA voice in like being all, you know, bougie and not caring that something first world, like a first world problem is the restaurant versus like people could actually be dying and you're just happy it's not your restaurant. But it's just the best reaction. And yeah, I definitely have to put that in the description. It's the best.
Okay, nice. Is he going to get cancelled for it? How offensive?
Oh yeah. Let's bring back cancel culture. But then again, it's whoever titled the video titled that. He just reacts to other videos. To be fair. Okay. Fine.
Have you anything else on your list from this week, or should we move to the channels of the week?
Yeah. I mean, I've been watching a lot of Mercedes videos. I don't know how I got into cars, but I did. There's this stunning car by Mercedes, which I should probably know the name, but it's like a 4-wheel drive. It's so futuristic that it has no steering wheel. You use like a little touchpad in the middle between the two seats. Everything is kind of glass because you can see through from the outside.
Is it like a concept?
Yeah, but you know, it's a working concept. Like it can actually drive. It's so beautiful. And on top of that, the idea is that it's like an alien, like it reads your senses. Okay. So I don't know how to describe this without watching it, but as you so like for example, you would put your hand in the air, and their navigation of like choosing apps is you just like open your hand and close to accept, and as you open it, the options all come on your hand, and your hand could be anywhere in the car. Ooh. And it will find it. Also, you can drive on any side of the road because the steering wheel and the pedals and everything is just that little analog, or like a joystick if you want to call it, but it's all like just set on a flat plane in the middle of the two front seats. Okay. So you can just like put your hand and tilt if you want to go forward like that, left and right. Okay,
yeah, this is definitely a concept. Like,
it's a concept.
That is not road legal.
And on top of that, like, so then they also interview the people who designed it. And there's like a guy who did the drawing, and it's like, so how long did it take from, you know, sketching it in your book till they finally picked the sketch, not built the car, but picked the sketch? It's like 4 years. It's like, so 4 years, and he held the book of everything that he's that's happened in terms of like resketch. Really? And it's like, obviously, yeah, we know any sort of car put together goes through many iterations, but just the idea like of
that's pretty cool though, just seeing that. Like,
no, but you have to see this car. It's great.
Okay, damn, you got a video for us, right, in the description?
Oh yeah.
Okay, sweet, I'll definitely look at that sounds cool. All right,
but yeah, no, that's pretty much me.
Channels of the week then. You want to go first, or shall I go first?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay.
So, yeah, her name is Michelle Khare.
Oh, we're gonna get the big reveal. What's it gonna be? Vlogger? Oh, we don't know.
So she is she's a challenger. She just does challenges on her channel. So she got 2.3 mil subs, and a typical video. I think she does them in like seasons, so they're like called challenge accepted seasons. So she will like try be a pro gamer, so like go through intense training from whoever it is and many different people for like, I don't know, maybe a month, sometimes just a couple of weeks, and go into a tournament, go into something competitive to see that she can do it.
So just like anything, any genre.
Yeah, but the thing is, Logan Paul's actually done this before in his Logan Paul versus thing, but that was on Facebook, and he would just like attempt a new skill, if you want to call it that. But yeah, she's done it for a while. I kind of went back and watched a couple. So she's done stuff with like I mentioned, like the professional gamer. She's tried parkour. She's tried FBI training and all of that, which is like interesting, not because she's interesting, but it's also more so interesting to see like the amount of effort that goes into different types of skills and like careers and things like that. So I did kind of like it for that reason. I do find her a bit annoying, to be fair.
What's the FBI training like?
Yeah, like that one, I felt like they were kind of going easy on her, but when they showed examples from their point of view, it was a lot of like, like the people and like hostage management in terms of like being able to make the split decisions you know, calming something down and stopping a threat happening. There's also obviously like the fitness aspect of that, like chasing people. There was just even going through like the military camp type course and all of that. Like it's good. There was nothing on like the theory level, like any sort of studying, but it was all physical. But it was good. And she's got like a crazy collection on the channel, which is good. So you can like just see if there's something that you're interested in.
So you would recommend it, even though you don't like her?
Yeah, I would recommend it if you are interested in seeing some of the stuff that
some of the specific ones. Okay.
She has a podcast as well, like who doesn't? But it's with her fiance Garrett, and you know it's actually not too bad because then they speak more of what I wanted to see in the videos, where they talk about like people in those videos that showed them how to do something and like kind of talk about the hard work that they put in for their everyday life and all of that. So that's cool. I watched a couple of episodes of that, but yeah, they're all pretty much that. She's got other series where she like talks about and like works on fitness and stuff, but I like the challenge accepted ones. There's the good ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, I'll put like a couple in the description, but yeah, I think it's a good channel to find.
Is it done kind of vlog style, where you know she's at the training camp and she's like, "Oh, here I am," or is it? No, more...
I mean, it depends. What is vlog style? Is it like when you hold the camera and you're like talking to her a lot?
Yeah.
But this one's more film style, I guess.
Okay, yeah.
She doesn't talk to the camera until like the end. I don't know if you watched. No, you probably didn't. The Zac Efron documentary on Netflix. It's kind of like that. It's like it's all about the scenery and like everything that's happening, but then there'll be moments where it focuses on her for her like reaction, like when you know the camera's on you, kind of thing.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, my channel of the week is Modern Vintage Gamer. So about 500k subs. Literally just hit it, 501k. And basically this guy is like, he likes looking at old, it's not just, I guess it is just gaming stuff, but it's not about gaming or the games. It's about like the technology, the hardware, and also quite a bit about how the coding and things work. So this guy's like an expert in this stuff. He's really really knows his stuff. Also, I want to add 4K in all his videos too. So
really,
yeah, it does full on 4K in all his videos. So respect. Yeah. And it's just basically him, you know. So it's basically him in his nice set that he's got in his home, talking talking on a particular topic, but then he'll intersperse, footage of the actual games that he's talking about or the actual consoles and hardware. So like his most viewed video, for example, is how a pair of tweezers defeated security on the Nintendo Wii. And it's basically about how someone was able to use a pair of tweezers to go into the console and change something about the hardware so that it could play, bootleg games and things. Or he does one all about the PlayStation phone or the old school fat Xbox. And he did a really recent one, which I'll link, which was, so Sony released like a teardown of the PlayStation 5, hardware. And he basically is just him watching the video and talking on it. And he makes a lot of like interesting points you wouldn't know if you weren't like an expert. So he says, okay, firstly, it's got like a really big motherboard, but all those chips are really tiny. So instead of having several different motherboards, it's just got one big one. That means it's going to run very, very hot because all the chips are on one board. And if they're small, the smaller they are, the hotter they run. So then he's saying, which is why they've obviously had to go for this like huge heat sink in this thing. And then look at the way the cooling is. It's probably better to orientate it in a upright position so that the cooling can go through from one side to the other. It's just like he's really, really knowledgeable and goes really in depth on how this stuff actually works and how certain things were achieved. And it's so interesting you don't really need to be into gaming. It's more like engineering. It's more it's more of an engineering kind of channel. It's like super interesting, really, 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 really good. Goes into all kinds of old school hardware and things, and talks about how they used to do things back in the day and how it's changed. And he's just super knowledgeable and speaks well. It's like I guess it is scripted, but doesn't feel too scripted. I hate that. So yeah, I really do recommend for anybody that's just interested in like building things or how things work. It's just fascinating. It's a similar vibe, in fact, to that channel I mentioned earlier about the restoration of the watches, because it's interesting, at least to me, seeing like the inner workings of things and kind of. But obviously on that other channel, there's no talking or anything. But in this one, he actually talks about like, this is how this works and it goes together.
Yeah, the design choices and all the reason behind them.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely recommend 4K. So, again, respect for that. He is the modern vintage gamer after all. So, and yeah. Good guy, just reached 500k subs, so respect, congrats, MVG, congrats. That's what I had for this week.
Wow, that's a solid week. It doesn't feel like 20 hours, but
I know, but again, it's just because it's all this old ass content that I've basically seen before and we've spoken about countless times. And it's because of the recommendations. Give me some more recommendations, guys. That I just want some more new recommendations, please.
I'm looking for the same thing. I don't want to have to like rely on my subs.
Yeah,
I don't want to have to.
Yeah, the subs. At least the subs I have don't come out often enough.
No, yeah.
Like I'm not getting videos I really want to watch every single day. No. I might need to go through and clean it up again, actually. I've got 68 subs currently. But I go through phases and not phases, but every so often I'll go through and like clean up what I have. But there's a lot of channels I have in there that just don't post, which I just sub to kind of like for the, nostalgia of it, I guess.
Yeah.
And maybe just in case they post something new.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, so I think that about wraps us up for this week.
I'm impressed how you already, you have the episode number straight in your head. But we're getting there, getting close to number
I know,
100.
this is 96. Damn. So subscribe. We are on, this is a video episode, didn't mention that. But we are on Hit Pause on YouTube. Search Hit Pause, 2 words. And we are on Apple Podcasts. We're on any podcasting app, SoundCloud as well. Subscribe. We'll be back next Tuesday, as always.
I love all these promises. Love it, yes.
Hey, what? We're doing okay. We're doing okay.
Yeah, I'm doing okay.
You act like we miss episodes all the time. It's just not true. Okay?
It's not.
All right. Thanks, everyone, for listening. We will see you next week.
See ya.